Who hasn't felt mortified at some point, especially growing up? That's the title of the new book by Kristy Jackson. She joins us this morning with more on her debut novel, and it's a middle grade novel.
Yes, that's right. Ages 8 to 12.
8 to 12, okay. So, and it's kind of a neat combo of a graphic novel and you're more traditional. It's got graphics and it's got text to it. Why did you come up with that idea, or did you come up with that idea?
So that wasn't my idea, actually. That was my editor from HarperCollins. She had a vision for it right from the get-go about having a page at the start of each chapter with a graphic novel, and I thought, what a fantastic idea, and I immediately saw that vision and wanted to go for that.
Yeah, and I know it's because of the appeal of graphic novels, and shout out, you want to give a shout out to your illustrator here, Rael?
Yeah. Rael McGregor, yes, a Métis artist from Winnipeg. Absolutely amazing.
That's very cool, because I can imagine that, yes, for the popularity of graphic novels, but also because maybe for middle graders who aren't quite at that reading level yet, or maybe don't want to get into a novel, it kind of encapsulates what's happening in each chapter.
Yes, it bridges the gap a little bit and helps entice their interest too, right? When you see some of the illustrations and kind of want to read a little bit more about what's happening.
Right, what's happening to Belinda, who is the main character in this book. And it's like so much, I could relate to so much of what was happening to Belinda, because like she's just a teen growing up, a young girl growing up, and it's just like horrible things happen to her, so embarrassing.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. She's accidentally cursed, and it has to go through a series of embarrassing moments that were based at least partially on my embarrassing moments. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So all kinds of things like getting sprayed by a skunk, and don't want to do many spoiler alerts, but just, things happening to her in front of her classmates. And it's kind of that reaction around them then. And it's a great lesson too for kids reading this on what happens to a victim of bullying.
Yes, and Belinda, as she's going through all these trials, it helps actually build her confidence in the end, because she really faces her worst nightmare over and over again. Mm-hmm. And it ends up, she's okay. We're all okay. We all go through these moments, right?
Yeah, so to show everybody. And she also has a very strong ally in a friend named Sally. Yeah. And you said that Sally's kind of an amalgam of many of your friends growing up.
Yeah, I actually still have a group of friends. We've been friends since we were 12. My best friend is still my best friend even now, and a lot of the characteristics of Sally are based on my friend group.
Right. Yeah. And good lessons to learn from Sally, because she sees what's happening to Belinda, the bullying, the really embarrassing things, the way she's so mortified by what's happening in her life, and she really stands up for her.
Yes, Sally is just Belinda's absolute rock, which she needs to get through all these horrifying things.
And it's kind of a good lesson to, if you see somebody bullying, whether it's a friend or not, say something.
Yeah, stand up, help them out.
Yeah, yeah. It's also an interesting background in Belinda's family. Her dad is Cree.
Yes.
And her mom is from German heritage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's based on sort of my background as well. My father is Cree and my mother is German, and I'm Scottish in my background as well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
it's you want, because I can imagine that a lot of Indigenous kids don't get a lot of books with characters that they can really relate to.
Yeah, and I think it's important for kids to be able to see themselves and their culture reflected in books.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes in Belinda's, it's, she doesn't like the way her hair is.
Yes.
She wants hair like her dad's or like her mom's, and it's this mix of...
Yes, absolutely. Her hair is a big part of the book.
Yeah.
Without getting into too many spoilers.
No. Well, who hasn't been mortified by their hair, though, right?
Especially teenage girl, yes.
Yeah. So you run, really, I want to touch on this as well. You run a program to get books to children in remote Indigenous areas of the country as well.
Yes, so it's called Santa in the North, and it's a number of companies contribute towards it. Rise Air is the one who spearheads it, and what we do is we fly Santa up to 7 remote communities, and Santa gives all the kids a present, and each of them gets a book.
Very cool.
And it's cool. A way to bring Christmas cheer up into the North.
Okay, we've almost run out of time, but I want to mention that Belinda is, sorry, not Belinda, Kristy is going to be at the Burlington Public Library this afternoon, book signing and leading a creative workshop. So we'll get all the details up on our website, chch.com/morninglive.